Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we are looking at this new keyboard of mine, which is the Galleon 100 SD. As you can see, it is not just any normal keyboard. It has a Stream Deck integrated. Now, those who don't know, a Stream Deck is, well, you've maybe seen this little thing in the background. It is like this, but across. And the idea is that you have keys that you can bind to certain things, and you can then use those to augment like your streaming setup. So for example, on my usual one, I have like changing my camera to my second camera, or I have like the scenes that I change to, or I can start recording on it. That's what the button you hear at the beginning of every video, which I always try and make quiet and doesn't happen. But I have this on the default at the moment, and you've got like play and pause and stuff. And you've got the themes for the keyboard, which I'll go through. I'm currently using theme 3, which I think is really nice. It's like that pastel kind of colours. It's quite a cool, like chiller, because you know RGB stuff is very like usually over the top. So to go for something that's a little bit more pale but still colourful is nice. But yeah, so you can change that too. The numpad there as well, and back, and then this is volume control. Not for this mic, but for the PC, in totality. And then of course you've got this mechanical keyboard, which sounds really nice. Let me just show you guys an example here. I'm not typing anything specific. And it's oddly tactile, because even the keys are like a little bit, I don't know what the word is, they're kind of, can you hear that? They're a little bit abrasive. Not like, it's not annoying to touch, but they're not smooth like your usual. Not like super smooth like your usual. And then of course this is a cushioned handrest, which just made a horrible sound. Cushioned handrest. Which is, and I've just thought about this maybe being loud, it's magnetic. Yeah, so I love this. And obviously, as you guys saw when I was doing that there, if you hit a key, radiates out from that key the light, which I think is a really cool feature. Now it's not on every other themes, but it is on some of them. Some of them actually really coolly have it where as you hit the key, which one is it? There we go. It keeps that one highlighted for a little bit longer, so you can do something like hi. How are you? Obviously you could solve or something stupid like that, but I think it's kind of cool to kind of like almost trace the letters with this. Oh, that's not the letter I was going for. Trace. Yeah, so I actually really love this keyboard. My last keyboard I was having a few issues with because the A key was coming off and I had to glue it back on because the keyboard I had last, I don't know if I showed it in any videos, I think I did, was a really nice keyboard from Corsair. It was really a nice thin sleek keyboard, but when the buttons came off it was hell to put them back on. Absolute hell. So it'll be nice to go back to something a little, it's a bit more chunky, admittedly, but it's going to be fun to use. And like I say, it feels good. It feels really nice. I'm excited. But yeah, video-wise, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to create a video tonight because it's been a real long day. I was super tired. So you guys might also notice. Maybe you will, maybe you don't. I don't know. I'm using my old mic because what I decided to do was rest. Because, you know, what's the point of me telling people to rest if I don't rest myself? And then I got up and I thought, what is the least resistance way for me to make a video tonight? And it was to use the initial stuff, my initial mic. And I know that's not ideal, but sometimes ideal doesn't a video make. And creative people in general need to remember that everything they do can't be perfect. Well, nothing they do can be perfect, but you can't make everything perfect before you send it out to people, because at the end of the day, this is kind of like a point where you need to just kind of, what's the word? You need to kind of just accept something as it is. I'd rather I have something that's of quality and finished than something that never gets finished because it must be perfect, you know? I think a lot of us get stuck down with that. A lot of us think everything that we send out has to be the best, the absolute, and frankly that doesn't exist. Oh, that was nasty. That was my my watch, which usually I take off by now actually. My watch interacting with my the cushion. That was a low. That was a bloody low. Which just left a horrible pattern on my wrist, but we won't talk about that. Anyway, yeah, I was tired. And I think sometimes you just have to kind of bite the bullet, because it's one of those ones where if you didn't, then you'd get more tired, and the more the week goes on, the more you wait to kind of you defer your moment of rest. Then it just gets really bad, in my opinion. Like I know if I didn't have a rest tonight, tomorrow I would be really, really grouchy. So I kind of just change everything around to make it work, to make it feel like what's the word? Like to make it feel like I did the right thing for me tonight. Because like I said before, if I came on and didn't truly believe in what the video I was making tonight, which I know sounds very dramatic for making a video about tapping a keyboard, but if I didn't believe in the stuff I was making, you guys would have noticed. Also, isn't it weird how you want to use certain, like, obviously I know that in reality I should be using all of my fingers, but I still largely use these two, and then maybe, like, to be fair, if I'm playing a game I use more. That obviously, it's weird how you kind of model yourself, not model yourself, what's the word, like you kind of, I'm rambling a little bit by the way. I don't know if you guys have noticed, you kind of gear your mind, you wire your mind, that's the word I'm looking for, to like play in a certain way. Like I can think of all the buttons I click for, like Marvel Rivals, for example, the Q, E, Shift, and like I always do that. Like that's a like I remember in certain games like Final Fantasy 14 that I also play, I sometimes go like that and go for like control and the same time. But like this hand is almost like lame regards keyboards, because like unless I'm typing like a letter or like an email, sorry, should I say not a letter, but unless I'm typing like an email, this hand's on a mouse. Like I'd rather go like that, and then kind of go for all the keys. So this hand, even though that's obviously, this is my strong hand, this is like the hand so like it's over most of the keyboard. In games I actually even, like if you've ever played a game, some of you might not have, but you have like a hotbar, and you have like 10 buttons on it, and you guys, if you don't know what a hotbar is, it's basically the bar on the bottom of the screen in a game, where you have your like abilities, your actions in the game, and yeah, so on that you'll have like attack 1, attack 2, attack 3, like, and then some defensive actions, etc. And I always have done sort of the first 5 keys I'll hit with this hand, and this back end, maybe I'll go to 6, but then this back end I will actually click on the screen. I'll like click the buttons with my mouse, and a lot of people have always said, whoa, you're like, you click. And I'm like, yeah, it's just way easier for me. I don't want to sit here having to hit these buttons with this key. I just don't do it. I feel like I'm rambling about keyboards now, but I suppose that's what I made the video about, so it makes sense. But I just love the way this looks and the way the colours bounce back and forth, like you can play tennis with the colours. See that? It actually still keeps going that way, doesn't it? Like they overlap rather than like counteract each other. It's cool though. You keep getting G. Just keeps radiating out. I actually think it's really cool. It makes a keyboard that obviously I was going to get regardless just that bit cooler, that bit more worthwhile. So I love it. I'm really excited about it. I'll maybe let you guys know how I feel about it in a week or two's time. See if there's any flaws in it. Who knows? In the meantime, this has been a little quick video on my new keyboard, which I love. And I'll see you guys soon for more. Until then, bye bye.